Hello, people of God. I am so excited because we are from 0 to 21 members in our family in 2 days. I am so excited. I was so excited that I went to search the number 21 in the Greek Strong's Concordance. And you know what it says? Rejoice and exalt highly. And so you know what? I am rejoicing in the Lord, and I am grateful for each and every one of you. I am back with another word from the Lord. So stay tuned. So since it's football season, y'all, I love football season. Not necessarily for football because I don't really understand it, but I love football season because I love the weather. I love the game. I love going to football games, even though I don't fully understand the game. So we're going to tie this word into football season, right? The sky is so beautiful today. But, okay. So I am walking by this pine, and it's really prophetic because I didn't notice this until just now. Give me one second. Okay, I know y'all like, girl, come on, what is it? Okay, so the word of the Lord today is coming from John chapter 5. And it talks about the pool of Bethesda. Okay, so since I don't have my laptop today, I'm not able to read verbatim what it says. But this is your homework assignment. Go read John chapter 5. You need to be reading that word anyways. And since I'm not able to read it verbatim, y'all gonna get the Kendra Notes version. Okay, so it starts off and it tells us, it basically sets the scene. And so it tells us that there is this pool and there's a lot of sick people. There's lame people, paralyzed people. There's a lot of sick people. This is the place where they go to receive healing, right? And God sent an angel to trouble the water. And whenever the angel troubles the water, the first person to get into the water will be healed. So Jesus is on his miracle tour. This is what I call it. Because in the chapter before, he just got done healing the Samaritan woman. And so he's going to the pool of Bethesda, and he sees this man laying by the pool. He was sitting literally on the edge of the pool, on the edge of breakthrough, on the edge of healing, on the edge of purpose, on the edge of vision. How long? It says the man was ill for 38 years. It didn't say he was 38 years old. So ain't no telling how old he was. And so he asks this man, do you want to be healed? And do you know what this man say? This man says, I can't. Then he proceeds to say, I don't have anyone to put me in the water. How long have you been ill? How long have you been sick with fear? How long have you been sick with doubt? You've been red shirt all season. We ready to see you back in the game. You was one of our favorite players. We ready to see you back in the game. We need you. There is no I in team. So to exclude yourself, you making the whole team struggle, baby. We need you. Get back in the game. So Jesus told him, get up, take up your mat, and walk. This part right here is so funny because Coach Jesus not playing them games. Not going for it. He trying to tell Jesus why he got the red shirt on. Talking about he done been hurt before. Ain't nobody here in the crowd watching him play, so he don't want to get in the game. Guess what Jesus said? You want to get in the game? Yes or no? Yes or no? He didn't even address the excuses that he was making. All he said was, take up your mat, get up and walk. Get up and walk. Get up and walk in your purpose. Get up and walk in what God has told you to do. Walk in who God has called you to be. Get up and get in the game. Get off the sidelines. Get in the game. The man got up, took up his mat, and he started walking. And he was healed immediately. This man didn't even have to get in the water. Everybody else gotta get in the water to be healed. He ain't telling him to get up and go get in the water. He said get up and walk. He ain't say go get near the water. All he had to do was have faith enough that he could be healed, and he would have been healed. He said, get up and walk. Everybody in this world are subject to this world. This world is subject to you because you are in the kingdom. You don't gotta go near the water. If you have faith enough, the Lord can heal you with just a word. All you gotta do is believe. You gotta know in your knower. You gotta know, okay? Everybody else, in order to play at nationals, you had to play 2 games during this season. You had to have at least 30 miles rush. I don't know the game. I don't know the sport. But everybody else is subject to this specific criteria. In order for them to be healed, they have to be the first in the water after the angel troubles the water. You not. Jesus can tap you on your shoulder and say, hey, you want to be healed? You want to get in the game? You want to get in the game? Because I know what you was called to do. So I know if I put you in the game, I know we going up. We going to nationals. We going global if I put you in the game. So do you want to be in the game? Are you ready to be in the game? Everybody else, they got to go through all of this. They got to have this many yards and rushing and this many tackles and this many everything. Except for you. All you got to have is faith enough that it's time for you to be in the game. And all you got to do is get your butt up and go walk in your purpose. If the Lord needs for you to be in that specific place at that specific time, do you know the credentials don't matter? Do you know the time don't matter? Do you know the age? It doesn't matter. Do you know the equipment? It doesn't matter. Do you know the years of experience? They don't matter. Because if the Lord called you to be somewhere and to do something at a specific time, He's always working on your behalf. He's always working on behalf. And He is not subject to these worldly rules. So if everybody else have to do it in 3 years, the Lord can do it for you in 3 months. Everybody else got to do it in 10 years. The Lord can do it for you in 10 days. You are an exception to the rule. Jesus does not have to follow these earthly rules. These earthly rules have to follow Jesus. Has graced you when the Lord has anointed you for a certain place, when the Lord has anointed you for a certain time. It does not matter anything around you. It conforms to you. Meaning, it doesn't matter what you're going through. That situation has to conform to you. 38 years he was ill. And it took him one day, one moment with Jesus to be healed. The man began walking through the city or wherever they were. And people began to ask him, who healed you? Who healed you? Because today is a Sabbath. You know, on the Sabbath day, you're supposed to rest. They're not supposed to do no work on the Sabbath. They're not supposed to be doing no healing on the Sabbath. So he's like, who healed you? Who healed you? Because today is a Sabbath. He didn't even know who healed him. He didn't even know that he was in the presence of Jesus, the one and the only Son of God. Okay. And so he said, I don't know. After he was healed, he went on. Begin telling people about what Jesus did for him. This is when your life become evidence of God's glory. You go on and you begin telling your testimony, sharing with other people of how God healed you. So Jesus catches up with him. Jesus finds him in this place. And Jesus tells him, now that you're healed, sin no more. Like now that you're free, don't go back to your old ways. Sin no more. And tell people of my Father. And once you get in the game, don't turn back. Don't be looking back at the bench, reminiscing about the time when you didn't have to put in the hard work, about the time when you didn't have to go through conditioning training and strengthening training and endurance training. Don't be reminiscing about being the injured, wounded person in the red shirt sitting on the bench, rooting everybody else on. Don't look back. It says sin no more. Sin no more. Rejoice Rejoice in the trials. Rejoice in the tribulations, because we know they're building endurance. We know they're building strength. When you're going through the pain, when you feel it, baby, you any athlete know, any person that been to the gym know, when you feel the pain, first thought is to push you to stop. But when you press through, the pain alleviates and you start to see the results that you want to see. And so continue to push forward and don't look back. In the word it says, sin no more. Don't look back at the world, because they have nothing to offer you. I promise you. Nothing that will give you life. They have nothing to offer you but death. After Jesus told him that, then he knew. So at that point, he went back to the people who were asking him, and he told them, like, Jesus, this man right here, he's the one who healed me. And they're trying to persecute Jesus, and they're trying to get him in trouble. They trying to lock up my Jesus. Okay? And they're saying, what are you doing healing on the Sabbath? You're not supposed to be healing on the Sabbath. You know the day is the Sabbath. And you know what Jesus said? My Father is always working, and so am I. My Father is always working, so am I. He basically saying, baby, like, them rules don't apply to me. My Father is always working. And guess what? If I'm doing my Father's will, so am I. And hold on. Because at this point in the story, at this point, I can scream. These people, they trying to be manipulative, and they think they're going to stop the show. They think they're going to throw a flag on the play. Nah, my coach goes up to the desk, whatever it's called. He go up to them people and he's like, hey, let me tell you something. My Father is always working. And so I am always working. And that's just that. It feels amazing to have a God that's always working on my behalf, that's not subject to the rules of the world. He's always working on my behalf. It feels amazing, because I don't have to walk around in fear, because I know if I take it to God, he's going to give me strategy, and he's going to give me that playbook. Okay? And if it's fear that you struggle with, you have to know that the opposite of fear is not faith. The opposite of faith is unbelief. And if you struggle with unbelief, all you have to do is ask the Lord. Pray and ask the Lord to help you with your unbelief. Fear is a product of ignorance. You are afraid because you don't know what's going to come next. You are afraid because you don't fully understand the concept of things. You are afraid because you don't have a revelation of who God has called you to be. You don't have a revelation of what God has called you to do. And so you are afraid to tap into that potential because you don't know what's going to come out of it. You don't know the season that we are in. And so that's the only reason why you're scared to get in the game. Because you feel like once you get in the game, you're going to get injured. Because you don't know where to go or what to do. And they're going to come after you, and you're going to be boggled down. Which is why you have to tap in, so that you can get a revelation. Because fear can only be present where there is ignorance. Because if you have a revelation of something, like I said previously, if you have a revelation, then you'll begin to see transformation. However, when you lack a revelation, then you give fear and access because of ignorance. A person is afraid because they don't quite understand the concept fully. Think about it. You scared of bugs. Why? Because I don't know if they can bite. I don't know what they're going to do if they land on me. You scared of bears. Why? I don't know. It might attack me. You scared of walking in purpose. Why? I don't know. I might fail. But if you get in your playbook, you will have a revelation that you cannot fail with Jesus. It's impossible to fail with Jesus. And I know that if I take it to God and I dig in that playbook, I know I'm going to know play by play all the enemy tactics. I'm going to know play by play how to be proactive and not reactive. I'm going to know how to be on the offense rather than on the defense. What after the enemy attack, trying to catch up, but on the offense, prepare, already stopping the attacks before they even happen. That come from that playbook. And now it's on you to give them a response. But let your response be in faith and not in fear. Jesus has proclaimed victory over the kingdom of darkness. And he has given you dominion in this earthly realm to do what needs to be done in this earth. You have power to be a kingdom ambassador. You have power to be God's eyes and ears and hands and feet within this earthly realm. God needs a willing vessel. The Holy Spirit is a spirit, and he needs a willing vessel. And he's calling on you to be that vessel. And you just laying there by the pool. Because I learned in my walk with Christ that a lot of the times when you're looking for an answer, Christ proposes a question. So I'm going to leave you with these 3 questions. How long have you been benched? How long have you been red shirt on the sidelines, watching everybody else play? What excuses are you telling yourself and are you telling God that's keeping you from getting in the game, from walking in purpose, from standing boldly in who God has called you to be? Last question, and the most important question: do you want to get in the game? Do you want to be healed? Because if so, now is your time. All you got to do, pick up this playbook and go talk to Coach. Tell Coach, I'm ready now. I'm ready to get in the game, Coach. Coach, I done been in the playbook and I done studied the plays, Coach. I'm ready for the offense, Coach. I'm ready for the defense, Coach. Whichever team you choose to put me on, I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited for this level up journey. I'm excited to be leveling up with every single one of y'all as we continue to grow. I pray that the Lord gives y'all a revelation from this word. I love each and every one of y'all. I'll see you at the top. It's not playing, so I'm going to sing it. I'll see you at the top.